Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Auld and I am delighted to be the S1 Year Head. It's great to be able to share lots of really important information with all the parents and carers, so we're delighted to have you all in attendance. I would like to quickly introduce you to the S1 Year team before I pass you over to them to talk to you a little bit more about what to expect at Larbert High. We have a great team supporting all S1 pupils. That's made up of Mrs. Ferguson, Mr. Llewellyn, Mrs. McMillan, Mrs. Perez-Smet, Miss Stewart and Miss Wilson. The year team are there for all the pastoral needs of young people, but also have a key focus on attainment, reporting and positive destinations. The year team is home's first port of call if you have any queries whatsoever. All parents have been emailed home highlighting who your child's pupil support teacher is. We are really excited what this year and the years ahead will hold for all the pupils, and we want to ensure that all pupils are ready to learn, respectful in their interactions and successful in their achievements. It's now time to share our expectations of them with you. I'm going to pass you over to Miss Wilson, who will tell you a little bit more about our school's ABCs.
Hi folks, I'm Miss Wilson. I'm going to be talking to you about why your attendance is so vitally important whilst you're at Larbert High School. As Mr. Auld has said, our ABCs, our attend, behaviour, care, our attendance is at the top of that. And when we look at our attendance across the school, we've gathered so much data in the last couple of years that shows us the direct impact of attendance upon achievement. Even a few days absence can seriously make a big difference to your child's achievements moving forward. If we have a look at our attendance percentage, if we're having 0 days absence, that's sitting at 100% attendance. They've got 190 days in their school year. That means 190 opportunities to learn as much as they possibly can. But 10 days absence, 19 days absence takes it down significantly to 95 or 90% attendance. And at Larbert High School, we strive for 95. We want all pupils to achieve 95% attendance or above. And that accounts for some sickness here and there, but we're hoping that they can be in and achieving as much as they possibly can. When we look at our attendance in relation to our achievements, we see that pupils who have 5 or more national 5s are sitting in that 95% attendance bracket. We can then see when they're sitting with that 90% attendance, it's only 49% of pupils that are achieving that, so it drops down significantly. So the more they attend, the more they achieve at Larbert High, and that's what we want for all of our young people. But attendance is not just about being here, it's also about being on time, being in school on time every day, ready to learn. And we're really having a focus on ready to learn this year, especially with our new phone policy, and that goes hand in hand with making sure our expectations are met in terms of timekeeping as well. If we are only 5 minutes late per day, that is 3 school days lost per year. That's a huge amount of learning loss. And we see often a kind of 5 minutes here and there, but that equates to an enormous amount of learning loss throughout the school year. 10 minutes lost per day, 10 minutes late per day, it looks at 6.5 school days lost per year, which is significant. So we try and support our young people as much as we can to attend every single day and to achieve every single day by being on time so that they've got the most maximised amount of learning they can whilst they're at Larbert High School. Now, it's about more than just being here, however. Our attendance is so vitally important, as well as our timekeeping, but that feeds into what we want them to present as when they are here, that they are ready to learn, ready to achieve and ready to behave. And Miss Stewart is going to talk to you about that.
Hi everyone, my name is Courtney Stewart and I'm one of the Principal Teachers of Pupil Support for Team S1 this year. And I'm going to be taking the B part of our little acronym, which is all about behaving. So I'm going to take you through a couple of wee slides. I'm going to talk about our referral system and how that works and what you can expect in terms of communication while your child is here at Larbert High. So the first thing I kind of want to draw attention to is this slide here, which is our Larbert learning climate. So you can see at the top we've got ready to learn, respectful relationships and positive recognition, and these are the things that teachers are looking out for when your child is in class. So you can see there's a wee bit more information below each of those in terms of, so when we're thinking ready to learn, we're thinking about arriving on time, being prepared for lessons, using the routines that teachers have set within the classroom as well. In terms of respectful relationships, we're thinking about showing manners and showing respect, engaging with other pupils and the teacher in a sort of respectful manner. And then positive recognition is all about how we recognise your pupils' positive achievements in terms of their efforts and their contributions to class, and also recognising things like positive changes in behaviour. So, and making sure that pupils are that's been acknowledged and that they are hearing that kind of positive feedback from their teachers. The Elaborate Learning Climate is something that all teachers work within. This little iPad design here is often displayed in a lot of our classes as well, so pupils will have seen it up on walls, that sort of thing. So this is kind of where or this is the sort of building blocks, I suppose, for our positive referral system, which I will show you on the next slide. So when we're thinking about positive referrals, this is what a teacher would say if we were going to pop one in for one of your children. So we've got different things there, I won't go through them all, but things like attainment, consistent effort, things to do with acknowledging, excellent teamwork or even independent work and that sort of thing, depending on what's going on in the class. So teachers can choose to award a pupil one of these positive referrals. And when that is put through, you'll see it says up there, email sent home, which means that an email will come home to you, let you know that your child has received a positive referral. They will also receive a certificate for this from their class teacher, which they can also show you when they get home as well. So far this year, we have had nearly 2,000 positive referrals, which is absolutely phenomenal. And we are so pleased as a year team to kind of see those positive referrals coming through. Pupil support teachers get a kind of report through with all those positive referrals that are happening across the school day and across the school week. So we kind of keep an eye on that. But we're off to a really excellent start. And the only way is up as far as we can see from these kind of numbers that are pulling through for us. Now, in terms of other referrals, you might be asking yourself, so there's positive referrals, but you might have also heard about negative referrals. So I'm not going to dwell on that too long, but just to kind of give you an idea of what that would look like. So we have level 1, level 2 and level 3, and these would also come home to you as well. So level 1 is things like a bit of disengagement, maybe flagging up lateness, inappropriate behaviour, that sort of thing. Level 2 is kind of escalated a little bit. Level 1 and level 2 don't get sent to the PT curriculum, but if it ever escalates up to a level 3, that would be referred on to the PT of that particular subject. And level 3 is our much more serious offences. Persistent inappropriate behaviour, derogatory remarks, verbal abuse, that sort of thing. So quite likely it'll be that level 3s don't happen often. It may be more common that level 1s are coming through, and you will be alerted to that just so that you can keep on top of things, as well as pupil support also being alerted to that as well. There's other ones you can see there on your screen. So things to do with attainment, and there are ones that get sent home and ones that also just get referred on to us in school that we use for sort of tracking information. Ones that will come home to you would be things to do with homework, incomplete classwork, that sort of thing. And then you can also see there are kind of pupil support concerns there as well. So that is how class teachers will report things on to pupil support teachers, if it's things that are more to do with the kind of wellbeing side of things. So uniform wellbeing concerns in terms of maybe a pupil is presenting differently to how they normally do in a class, maybe seeming a wee bit down, and that's for pupil support then to go in and check in with them to check that everything's okay. So 345, you're wondering what does that number mean? So that is a number of pupils in S1 who have not received any negative referrals yet so far this year, and we are so pleased with that number. That is the vast majority of our pupils who are getting on great in school, who are receiving positive referrals, who have not been engaging in any of these kind of level 1, level 2 or level 3 behaviours. So we can't stress enough how fantastic a start S1 have had, and we just want to see that really continue. And as I say, pupil support are there to help support in that. So these things get flagged up to us, and often you'll hear from us if it's anything that we feel is relevant that home hear about. But yeah, 345 is an excellent number. all those pupils will know who they are. As I say, you will be receiving emails home about that. So I'm going to pass on to Mrs. Perez-Smith, who's going to talk about the C part of an acronym, which is CARE.
And now for C, CARE. As an S1 year team, we really care about how we're going to look after each other this year and move forward as a year team. We want to see you care for our year group, our school and our community. We're seeing some really excellent examples of young people working together in classes across the school, caring for each other, caring for our school community and caring about their learning. Have a look on Twitter for all the excellent things that are happening across departments when your teachers share your work. Together, as a big year group, we're also looking for you to look after each other, make sure you're looking out for your friends, make sure you're making new friendship groups and taking part in all the wonderful activities that are there. Another way that we can show we care and we're part of our Larbert High community is through our school uniform, which we expect to see on all pupils every day. All pupils must wear full school uniform and it's one of the best ways to show that you're a pupil at Larbert High. You should have a school blazer, a school tie, a white shirt, black trousers or skirts, not leggings or tracksuit bottoms, and a black jumper or cardigan, not a hoodie or any logos. When we all turn up in our uniform, we really show that we care about being members of Larbert High.
Hi, I'm Mr Llewellyn, another member of the S1 year team, and I'd just like to end by sharing the various ways you can stay in touch with us here at Larbert High. Firstly, we've got our website, which you can find the link to on this page. Secondly, we've got our Twitter or our X profile, which is at Larbert High. If you'd like more specific S1 information, we've also got our S1 year team Twitter page. This is where we'll share specific things that are happening in classes or specific S1 events that are coming up. We've got our phone number and our email address if you want to get in direct contact, and you can also contact pupil support through the website.